You want to get going?
I do.
You got to put an entire engine together.
I do.
All right, we'll get going.
Good morning. We are back here we're going to finish up the right side cover and then head into the top end. This is what, part 3 now?
Part 3, you left off with saying you had to wait on the Hinson clutch, which you have sitting over here.
Yeah, we were waiting on the basket, the inner hub pressure plate, the cover, and the clutch kit itself, which we received from Wienen Motorsports earlier, was it middle of last week actually. So
back here we do see the cylinder head, all nice and shiny, ready to go on.
Yep. Center washer. This one uses the old design. This gets torqued to 54 foot-pounds. The fiber plates, you want to have these things soaking in the oil that you're going to use, you know, once you're finished assembly and you're going to run the machine. So we're going to run Maxima break-in oil when this thing is complete. So what's in here is that you want to soak it for a minimum of an hour. I mean, there's different people tell you different things. This has actually been sitting for over a day just because I did it when I thought about it yesterday and to get prepared. So longer is not going to hurt anything, but you definitely want it to soak. This is also the 9-plate clutch setup. The stock units come with 8. This is not a question of just adding an additional steel and fiber. These steels are thinner than the original or the 8-plate Hinson kit. So this gives more surface area, more fiber contact. It's supposed to hold up to more power and last longer, yeah. I want to make sure too that this pressure plate goes down in, because you can, see if I can get it to do it. Like right there, that will go down and your bolts will line up, but you're not actually clamping onto the fiber. So you need to make sure that you're sitting down in. We're going to torque down the springs gently here with this, and then we're going to torque them to 7.2 foot-pounds.
That's it for the clutch install, right? She's done.
Yeah, we're going to put the right side cover on next, and we'll go into the top end. Try and only use OEM gaskets. Alright, working on the top end, installing the dowel pins, getting ready to put the base gasket on. I'm going to add a little bit of engine oil. This is also that Maxima break-in oil. Fishing the cam chain guide. We also got this from Wienen Motorsports. This is a Tom Alaska Pro head. It's all been ported. Valve seats have been cut with certain angles along with the valves. They're all titanium Exodyne valves. Now is the fun Yamaha head bolt torquing procedure. The 3 or 4 step process. They want you to use this moly grease. You have to torque the head down, then loosen the bolts. And if people have seen our other videos, like on the YZ dirt bike, it's very similar. This one's hand ported.
Yeah, it looks real nice.
Yeah, he does really good work. Okay, first step is going to be 22 foot-pounds. Okay, now we have to remove one at a time and do the whole re-grease process again.
Just laughing right now, saying I can't believe I got him to do it twice.
Just so that it, I mean, you want the head as flat as it can be.
Right, you're trying to compress it all the way around evenly by doing that step first, and then you're removing it to get it to its final spec, but you grease it in between.
Yeah, so the second stage is 14 foot-pounds. So like once they want you to do it at 22, then you take them out one at a time and put them in one at a time.
After you re-grease them.
After you re-grease them. And then there's a torque angle that's applied once all 4 are back to the 14 foot-pound spec.
Well, these are all tools I don't have in my shop anyway, so I'll come to you for that stuff.
Oh, yeah. You're coming to the specialist. All right, now we need to torque at 90 degrees in the same pattern, and then have to go in an additional 90 degrees after that in the same pattern.
While he's looking up those numbers for you guys, I just want to mention Mario does not work on Banshees, but this is a really nice 250R. So if you guys have a 250R yourself that you're looking to have help with, bring it on in, but he does not work on Banshees.
Yeah. These are also 7.2 foot-pounds. Such a mess. Okay, we are going to work on camshafts, cam chain, and then lead into the stator flywheel.
Okay, if you're gonna start with the top on the head, I'm gonna go up there.
Is that light gonna be in your way?
No, I'll work around it.
So doing it this way, it's kind of tricky though, in the fact that you gotta, when you're putting that guide in, you can't put the guide holder because the chain has to go around the crankshaft first. So we're at top dead center. There's dots on the cams. One is facing up and one runs parallel with the cylinder head. I do need to verify that I'm at top dead, but just going to get these in here. Let's see, right there, it's top dead. I'm good on that, but I'm off a tooth there. Might have went too far. No, maybe not. That dot there is on the intake cam.
Yep.
Running parallel. And then that dot there is running parallel, and that's the exhaust cam. These didn't come this way, but I do this, is weld the cam gear.
I noticed that weld there. It doesn't affect the rotational mass or anything.
No, I mean, maybe very minuscule, but it's a lot of times you're running these things such at high RPM, the last thing you want is that to twist, because things get hot, and if that cam gear becomes loose and rotates, you're going to explode this thing. So I think it's just a safe thing. Now, if you're somebody that's going to take the cam sprocket off and degree the cams and do all kinds of weird stuff, you're not going to do that. Or you're going to do it once you're like all said and done. But in most circumstances, it's just a good way of doing it. Okay, so we're really close. Not going to put the cam chain tensioner in yet because we need to install the cam caps and these retaining rings. Now I have set the valve clearance already on these. These are also 7.2 foot-pounds. These are tight. It's tight. Good here with the cam chain tensioner next. You know? Because then I can step away, have coffee, maybe a snack.
Yeah, you need those.
I am what is referred to as the artist.
You call yourself the specialist. I'm just special.
Okay, let's double check our top dead center.
And explain to the viewer what you're doing with the screwdriver.
I'm watching, I'm bringing it down and then bringing it back up to the top and then going past and watching it come down. Then I'm finding the in-between. If you had the stator cover on, the flywheel has marks. This keyway is lined up with that bolt in there, is what I'm using for reference. And then up here, these dots are running parallel. Like I'm really, really close there. So I know because if you're a tooth off, you'd know. Before I put the cam cover on, we're going to do the stator side. That way I can double check or triple check that all.
Keyed, right?
Key is in there.
Okay. I want to make sure you know what you're doing.
Well, somebody's got to watch me before I install. These bolts here are upgraded bolts from 38 Motorsport. I'm sure other people sell them, but the customer bought them from them and got rid of the stock ones because they break.
All right, so that has to go on first. That's why we took that off.
You know, you're dealing with a rookie here, so...
Well, I'll cut this up so you don't look like
that's
such
okay.
a rookie. You're guessing your way how it goes together. That's never a good look for you.
Well, it's a look. No, see, I knew something was fishy here.
Oh,
very nice.
just like your pants. You had it on backwards.
Make sure I'm doing this correct. Yes. All right.
All right, we're not going to judge you too much because it really only can go together one way.
Oh, I'll get judged. It's okay. The only way you're going to hurt my feelings is taking food away. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't done with that.
I didn't get this look.
Put the pie plate down, Mom.
Okie doke. So we are 47 foot-pounds is the torque spec on the flywheel. I say 47 or 54. 47.
Listen to you.
It's 47, I believe. That's correct. All right.
I just try to make sure you're in focus.
Focus. Pull right into my fingers. These are also not going to be put in because he's got aluminum ones coming. Get rid of the plastic. The plastic breaks and blows all the oil out of there.
Yep. Because you're not going to fill it either until you get those caps, right?
Correct. It'll be good just to spin over slow. Again, these are 7.2. All right, we're going to roll the engine over a couple times. We're going to double check the cam timing and make sure we got nothing binding up. Roll it over again.
What are you questioning right now?
Well, there was a mark here. I don't know if you could see that, but at first glance, it looked like a dot.
It's more like a dash.
Right, and then where I wasn't at, wasn't the right thing.
This is your reference dot up top.
Yeah, so we're good there.
Yep.
We're good there. Good there and there. And we are, I don't know if you could see it, but we're at the hash mark.
Do this one?
Yeah. The hash mark inside there. We're good there. We're going to hook the jump pack up. We're just going to spin it over. Make sure things sound good. And I got to put the 2 bolts in the starter, I see.
Now, we did get a question on the second video, Mario, if we're able to dyno this.
Yeah, I can't do it right now.
Why is that?
Well, you see.
And your dyno isn't an engine dyno. It's a roller dyno, right?
Yeah, it's a chassis dyno. Someday it'll...
You just don't have it set up right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're sorry to let down that viewer. But for those who want to see it still run, we can give you that.
Yeah, so we're waiting on chassis parts, some suspension parts from Walsh Racecraft. And then once we have those parts, we're going to start the build. So we're hoping here in the next, I don't know, week or so. Ready?
Hit it.
Must not be on the starter that good here. False alarm. Ready?
Yep. Nice and smooth.
Great success.
Big success in US. I really like those Hinson covers. I like
do
how they
too.
etched
I love the color. I love the font. The whole thing is cool.
The trick parts on this one, go fast stuff. Not necessarily the brackets, but those just look so good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Throw that cover on there, would you? Let's get a finished look.
We want to do a little rotate.
What are you asking me, bro? I'm not that kind of guy, bro. You rotate, bro. How do you say finishing touches in Italian?
No clue. Let's get the Google Translate out.
That's nice with the valve cover on there. I like that.
It's cool.
Yeah, give us a little twirl on the catwalk, bud. Man, it looks great after it's all put together.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's going to look great in the chassis, which he just has a normal steel colored chassis, no powder coating on that.
Yeah, it's the stock gray color.
Okay. All right, well, guys, this was the YFZ450 engine build. As you saw in part 1, we took it down. We went over what our plans were in part 2. You executed those plans for the bottom end.
Yes.
We had to wait for the Hinson clutch for this one before you could button up that top end as well. But here it is, complete engine, almost ready to drop in. Like you said, we're missing a few parts.
Just missing some doodads, and then we're waiting for suspension components. So it's gonna be cool here.
Right, so once we get a few more things for the chassis to start on that, we'll start a new series of the quad being put together, but this was the engine of the ATV. We're done with it. Good job, Mario. You get 2 thumbs up from me. I don't know what they're gonna rate you.
Well, hopefully it's another 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, the internet is vicious. So thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you see the rest of this build series.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to be a cool one. There's a lot of nice components going on here.
We appreciate you watching.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time.